Your Kids and Money Matters is brought to you by Arby's. It's good mood food.
Over the past few weeks, in Your Kids and Money Matters, we've looked at financial strategies to help introduce money values to your children. Well, this weekend, you can build upon those lessons with a special finance workshop offered by financial coach and counselor Judy Lawrence. Good morning, Judy. Thanks for being with us today.
Good morning, Irene. I'm really happy to be here.
So tell us, before we get into the details of about your workshop, tell us about the budget kit.
The budget kit is actually a workbook for how to manage your finances. It gives you all the tools for tracking, for planning ahead, and for getting an overview of all of your financial information. And it's literally been in the market since the 1980s.
I see. So what prompted you to write this book?
I wrote it because I had jobs as a realtor, as a counselor at C&M, as a counselor over on the Navajo Reservation, numerous experiences where I kept seeing people didn't have a good handle on their finances. And I seemed to grow up in a family where we did manage the money well, and so I visually created ways to understand the concepts quickly.
So speaking of concepts, what concepts will you be covering at your workshop?
At the workshop, I'm going to cover the core things of, first of all, getting an overview of those periodic expenses that throw our budget in a tailspin every time. Secondly, how to be proactive and plan out your spending for the entire month so you're prepared for your month in advance. And third, to have a way to identify that spending leak that's going on in the household, how to track where your money is really going, and then decide where you really want it to be going.
And how do you address the challenge with introducing children to money in this workshop?
By the parents learning how to manage their money more effectively and becoming more conscious about their money, that eventually translates into the children observing that, modeling that, and then you can proactively with your children get them engaged in paying more attention to their money and working with their money more effectively.
So essentially at the workshop you'll be giving them the tools to go home and teach these values and how to manage money.
Yes.
So what do you think, what has been your observation of what's successful that works with kids?
What works with kids is actively getting them engaged with their money, with planning if they want something and they are getting an allowance, they have a certain amount of money. Compare how much is this going to cost you and how much do you already have? Is this something that, how long would it take you to be able to afford to have this iPad or this Barbie doll or whatever it's going to be for them.
I see.
But have them actually getting engaged instead of just being given the item and given the money.
Of course. And so you had mentioned that in the workshop you're going to cover strategies. What is the difference between proactive and being reactive? What's some strategies we could use there?
Proactive is actually being conscious of a plan ahead of time so that you know throughout the month, okay, what are our entertainment things that we're going to be doing? What are the needs for the car? What are the needs for the children's activity at school? Planning it all out so you are anticipating your proactive versus being reactive your third week into the month and all of a sudden you're running out of money, hardly have enough for gas and groceries, and now the child comes in and needs something for a field trip and the car needs something which you forgot all about. So proactively you think it through ahead of time and anticipate versus just react.
What if this, what if that, and then you plan for those scenarios. That's a great strategy. And tell us, what would you want somebody to walk away with after attending your workshop?
Raising their consciousness, just being much more aware and tuned in to how their money is slipping away and making sure that they're managing it the way they want it to instead of just being an automatic pilot. And they do leave knowing.
Thank you so much, Judy, for your time.
Thank
you.
You
can attend the workshop. Give yourself a raise in 2012. Learn how to save more and spend less. Will take place February 18th from 9:30 to 12:30 p.m. It's $30 per person and will be located at BBVA Compass Bank. That's at 2444 Louisiana, just south of Manal. You can contact Judy Lawrence at 554-2638.